We've looked now at the first two Psalms, and I wanted to take a minute today to kind of give a bonus video that talks about the big picture structure of Psalms and what it's doing and how its structure sort of serves its purpose. The Hebrew name of the book is Tehillim. It's a Hebrew word that means praises. Now you probably have a very specific picture that enters your mind when you think of the word praise. But the word is much broader than just sort of this happy, exuberant adoration that you probably think of when you hear the word praise. We're going to see that the single largest psalm type is lament, psalms of sadness and suffering, of calling out to God from places of hurt. Praise is much bigger than happiness, much bigger. Praise at its root has much more to do with voicing our trust, our confidence in God and His works, regardless of our situation. Now, the book of Psalms is divided into 5 sub-books that each end with just a very brief kind of sentence of praise. Divided into 5 books. Where else do we get that? 5 books is also the number of books in the law, isn't it? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Secondly, so keep law in the back of your mind there. Secondly, it makes sense to do this video after the first 2 Psalms, because Psalm 1 and 2 have been called the gateway to the Psalms. Both are anonymous. Now there's a number of anonymous Psalms, but 1 and 2 in particular are anonymous. And as we talked about, Psalm 1 sounds a certain amount like wisdom literature. There are a few wisdom psalms in the book of Psalms, but not very many. So it sounds like wisdom literature because it presents these 2 ways. Blessed is the person who walks down this road in life, not that road, metaphorically speaking. And these image of 2 ways, of walking on ways, communicates right living. To walk in the way is the Old Testament expression that communicates discipleship. Now, Psalm 2 reads very much like some of the writings of the prophets. Be careful of the Lord, no one can stand against him. Be careful of the Lord's anointed king. His wrath can destroy, even though he's a refuge. So, we have this book of praises, a book that leads people in praise. It's a way that we can see Israel's worship throughout history. The oldest of the Psalms is attributed to Moses, that's Psalm 90, and there's plenty of Psalms that are written after the exile. Moses to the exile, that's just about the whole of Old Testament history. It's through a structure that reminds us of the Torah, of law, passing right at the beginning through this gate of wisdom and warning, or prophecy. And so from a certain perspective, Psalms seems to be structured in such a way that it encompasses all the parts of the Old Testament scripture, the law and the prophets and the wisdom.